What's good, YouTube? Network Wizkid here, and it's been a while since I've actually done a video and uploaded any content or created any new content, and there is many reasons for that, and this is what this video is about today. So a lot of you have been asking where I've been, what I've been doing, and for those that follow me on Twitter and my other social media platforms, you've probably had a little glimpse into what I've been doing the last couple of months. I think it's been a few months since I've uploaded a video, and within those couple of months quite a lot has happened. So I'm back with new challenges, and you guys are going to find out what those challenges are today. So before I get into all that, I just want to thank everybody for their continued support across my social media platforms, and also those that continue to share, subscribe, like, comment on my content on YouTube and also my website. So it's been crazy. I mean, family life's been crazy. For those that know, I've got a young son who was born back in the start of the year, so just before the UK went into or just after rather, the UK went into lockdown, and it's been fun, it's been amazing, and it's been good being able to watch my little boy grow up and spend time together as a family, and watch him develop. Work has been crazy. You would have thought with the COVID crisis things would have slowed down. Now they did slow down a little bit, but not too much for myself, because I'm engaged in activities and projects that are really keeping me busy and testing my knowledge on a daily basis, which is good. That's what I like, and that's what I being under pressure sometimes is where I thrive the most. So I've really enjoyed doing what I'm doing at work, but it's been challenging certain times because I've had to spend more time outside of working hours trying to get things the way that they need to be, but we're getting there, and that's good. So working life has also been a little bit crazy. Now, for those that follow me and have been following me for some time, and those that follow me on my social media platforms, you're probably already aware of this, but I've been studying for my CCIE security for some time now. For those that follow along with Cisco certifications, you realize or know that back at the start of the year, we flipped over the way that the certifications work and the exams, and with that brought a new version of the CCIE security. So we're now on CCIE security version 6. We've got refreshed, renewed and up-to-date content for that particular exam, and I personally found the new content and the new way they do the certifications very welcoming. I felt like the exam, because I took the CCIE security version 5 written, and although I didn't pass, because I studied the content, I really thought that it did need a little bit of an update, so I welcome that. Now that meant obviously I had to go through the new blueprint for the CCIE security. I had to make sure that my knowledge was still there, and I had to also fill in any gaps that I had in regards to the new blueprint topics. So back in April, I think it was, or June, I'm not too sure, I passed my CCIE security specialist in firepower, so the firepower specialist exam, and that kind of set me up nicely to go straight in for my CCMP security score, or the core exam, which is now the CCIE security written, which allows you to get that to go for your lab exam. And I've got good news. So a week ago, yesterday, we're now on Sunday, so a week ago yesterday, I passed my CCMP security / CCIE written exam, and I just felt like it was a real weight off of my shoulders, because I enjoy the labbing aspect so much. I don't really like doing the theory-based exams. We all know that we have to do them, and to get anywhere you need to complete them, and that's all good. But I was really looking forward to getting past that stage and getting to a point now where all I had to do was take the CCIE security lab, and that's where I'm at now. So there's going to be a video coming out about how I found that exam and the sort of things I did in order to prepare and pass that exam. So I'm not going to talk too much about it today, but I'm really happy that that is complete. That's another goal I've achieved for this year that I wanted to achieve, and now it's just preparing for my lab exam. So that's all good. I'm really looking forward to getting really deep and down into the nitty-gritty of the lab for the CCIE security. So like I say, a video will be coming about my experiences on the SCORE exam, so look out for that on my YouTube channel. So certifications out of the way, I now want to get on to my new challenge and how it came about, and also why I'm doing it, because some people will probably be asking why I've decided to do this. So without further ado, my new challenge is that I have decided to go back to university and do my master's degree. Now, it's a bit of a story, so we're going to get into kind of how this came about, but doing a master's degree for me is a huge achievement, or will be a huge achievement, and it's also a personal goal that I wanted to achieve for some time. Now, for those that know my background, my story, education while I was in school, high school, it wasn't really for me. So for me to be sat here now telling you that I'm doing a master's degree is really big, and it's a huge thing for me. So in fact, how did this actually come about? So let's discuss that. So back in 2013, I studied my bachelor's, my undergrad degree in computer networks and system support. That was a 3-year degree, and I graduated in 2016 with a first class with honours. So that was really big for me. Again, a huge achievement, and I really enjoyed the experience. Now, pretty much since then, shortly after that, I started working for Cisco, and I've been with Cisco ever since. And I love it. It's my dream job, and I love what I do. I love the people I work with, and I love the technology. So I'm pretty much where I'm at. Now, fast forward, we're at 2020 now, and one of my goals has been to complete my master's degree, or a master's degree. and potentially go on to do a PhD in the future. So, having a look one night on the internet at different master's degree courses, I stumbled across a course at one of my local universities, and that was for a master's of cybersecurity. Now, that's really fitting with what I do, because for those that know and for those that don't know, I'm a security consulting engineer for Cisco. So the cybersecurity space for me is my domain. That's where I work, and that's what I do on a daily basis. So after reading the module overview and a little bit about the course, I was really interested. Now, there were two things. How was I going to do a master's degree when I'm working full time? And the second one was, can I do a master's degree and work at the same time with a young family? Now, two of those questions are very fundamental for me, because the second one, to answer, my missus, she is also doing a master's degree at present, and we've got a young family, so I actually know how challenging it is at the moment for her, and she's also working as well. The only difference is she's doing her master's degree part-time and not full-time. Now, I looked at the part-time element, or the part-time option, for this master's in cybersecurity, and that was spread over 2 years. Now, it was good that it was spread over 2 years, but it wasn't really something that I wanted to do over 2 years. I wanted to kind of get in and get it out of the way. So I looked at the 1 year's option, and I also reached out to some of the lecturers, some of the professors, and asked how the course would be structured. So I couldn't really get any information back on that, because they were still working out how they was actually going to structure the course. But just as I was logging off, or about to exit the university website, I saw that there was a scholarship available. Now, of course, I could get further student loans to go and do another degree, but to be quite honest, I don't really want to do that. So when I saw that there was a scholarship available, I immediately clicked on that to take a look at it and to see what requirements had to be fulfilled in order to potentially get this scholarship. Now, the funny thing is that the scholarship was actually ending on that very night I was looking at the course and the scholarship itself. And I had two options. I either left it, or I just took a stab at it and completed the requirements for the scholarship and sent the form and the information back to the university. So I decided to complete the required information and send the scholarship form back to the institute. And at the same time, I didn't apply for the master's degree course, because I kind of said to myself, I said, if I can get a scholarship, then I will do the course. If I don't get a scholarship, then maybe I need to think a little bit more about my options. Now, one stipulation with the scholarship was that you had to do the course within a year. So you had no choice to choose a 2-year course or a part-time course. You had to do a full-time course. Now, knowing that, I still decided to send off the application and apply for it. And then that was it. So I left the application in the hands of the institute and thought no more of it. So a month went by, and I honestly thought that because I'd not heard anything by that time, I wouldn't have got the scholarship. So I forgot about it, to be honest with you. And because work was so busy, I made the comment to my missus and actually said, "It's okay. I'll take a look next year for the next intake and see what there is then." And now on the fifth week, I was sat down doing my work, and then an email came in. Now it said it was from the institute itself. So I clicked on the email and I read the first line. And as soon as I read the first line, I kind of turned round to my missus and I kind of pulled a funny face and said, "I think I've got that scholarship." And the crazy thing about it, and I didn't say this at the start, the crazy thing about it is on the application they said there was only one scholarship available. So they were only giving out a scholarship to one person. And I also should have mentioned that the scholarship itself was for full tuition fees paid to study postgraduate, so your master's degree in a subject that you chose, but it had to be within information technology. So I think it included things like big data, IoT, cybersecurity, the one that I chose, and so on. And I honestly thought, because there was only one spot available, and because I applied on the very last night, I honestly thought it was too late. So I was quite surprised to get an email back and say, "You have been accepted for the scholarship." And I was just so happy. I was elated, and I said to my, I was telling my missus, and I told my family, and then I kind of sat down for a moment, and I thought, right, shit gets real now. Essentially, that's kind of what I said. I said, things are going to get really real now, because my missus is studying a master's degree alongside working. We've got a young family. I'm studying certifications, more specifically for the CCIE security, which is, a very hard exam. I'm also working full time for Cisco, and now I'm embarking on a master's degree as well, which is going to be a full-time master's degree for a year. And I was like, how the hell are we going to do all this? And I kind of took time out, had a little think, had a little talk with my missus, and I said to her, there's no point actually me passing this opportunity up. This is one of my goals that I want to achieve, and I've been offered a scholarship, a fully paid scholarship, to go and do my master's degree in cybersecurity, so why not take this opportunity? Now, it's going to be difficult, but if I plan correctly and I really make use of my time, then I should be able to, complete this at the best of my ability. And it all started when, really for me, in terms of the master's degree, it all started when I applied for that master's degree, because at the time I was still studying for my CCIE security written, or CCNP security score, and I kind of said to myself, I need to make sure that I've passed that written exam before I potentially start university. Because if I'm still studying for that exam, and then I've got my assignments from university coming along, it's going to be very difficult for me to be able to manage everything in terms of workload. Now, I think that's what kind of was a real... So when I got the email and said, and it said, "You've got the scholarship," and basically that's my ticket to do my master's degree, straight away it was like, right, okay, now I really need to pass this written exam, the CCNP security CCIE written. And although I was motivated myself to pass that, even though the university thing wasn't an option at the start, I think when the university thing came along, and I knew that I was going to be going and doing a master's degree, I think it became a lot more real, and I was like, right, I really need to get this out of the way because it's only going to benefit me later. So I think that really gave me a push to really study the content for the certification in depth and go for it. And like I said, I passed that last week, literally the weekend before I started the master's degree course. So that were a huge weight off of my shoulders. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about that when I do the video on my experiences of that exam. But back to the university thing. So when I found out I had to accept or reject the scholarship, having talked to my missus, I decided to accept that scholarship, and I then applied for the master's degree in cybersecurity. So here I am now. A week's gone by since I fully started my master's degree in cybersecurity, and I must admit it's been difficult already because I'm working on some complex things with work. It's the start of university, so we're being introduced to the modules and kind of what we're going to be doing and what work we're going to need to submit in order to get graded. And we've obviously got a young family, so it's been incredibly difficult trying to manage it all already. But it's doable. It is doable. An example would be I was traveling to university last week, and while I was in the car, I was also on my laptop. I wasn't driving, by the way. I was also on my laptop on a TAC case. So all the way down to university, I'm on my laptop in the car with TAC, and then I was also on the TAC call in my lecture while I'm listening to the lecture. So, things like that and being able to balance the two have been quite difficult already, but that's just an exceptional case. And I don't think, I know it's not going to be like that all the way through doing my degree. But nevertheless, it just shows how difficult it can be. And so now I'm in a position where I'm doing my master's degree. So I've passed my certification exam. I've just got to do my lab. So now I'm in a position where I'm still going to try and focus on the CCIE security lab topics and labbing, but I'm also going to be spending time now, or the time that I would have been using to study for the written is now going to be more focused on doing my master's degree. And then my plan is to either take an attempt at the CCIE security lab before I graduate on my master's degree next year, or take the attempt on my CCIE security lab after I've graduated from a master's degree. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see how things pan out, and I plan on keeping everybody updated by doing these little vlogs to kind of let you know how it's going on and how I'm managing it all. So it'll be interesting to kind of see from now to then how it actually all turns out. But I'm very excited to share this news with you, and I'm looking forward to graduating again already. How's that already? And I've just started the course. So some of you will probably ask, why do I need to do a master's degree in cybersecurity when you're already working for Cisco, one of the best companies out there, and you're pretty much doing the job role that you need to be doing anyway? And my answer to that is, as I said at the start, number one is a personal goal for me. I am really trying to set the level in regards to education in my family. My parents didn't get that far, and I really want to kind of be that bar for my kids to be able to look up to me and kind of hopefully follow in my footsteps. Not necessarily computing, but to go out there and achieve something that they're going to be proud of, and which will help them get the job that they want to get. So number one is personal. Number two, I really want to. I really enjoy my job. I really enjoy what I'm doing. I really enjoy the cybersecurity sector in the industry as a whole. So for me, being able to do this master's degree, I'm able to explore different areas that I wouldn't necessarily